like when people still say, and they still say, you won the Bachelorette. Is it weird to hear that?
It's the term "won" is kind of weird.
Yeah.
It's like, I guess, yeah, I did win.
I guess
it was a competition. There was 25 other guys, I guess, in a weird way. I don't like to think about that. But yeah, it's kind of weird. But we kind of did it in our own way again this last couple months ago. So
well, didn't you? I'm sorry because I'm just catching up on some news. You didn't use the original ring, right? You got your own ring.
Yeah, I reproposed and bought a new ring. I'm a grown man. I can pay for my own ring.
Thank you.
You know, I got a job, a couple of them. No, it was something I always wanted to do, and I always tell people this. Not that engagement meant any less, because it means a lot. But there's a lot of moving parts. There's cameras and producers, and I kind of wanted something that was just us. And so I booked out this. We were actually looking for wedding venues. And I was like, perfect timing. I can get something that's private. So we went and looked at this private residence, and I knew it wasn't going to be for the wedding. It was too small, but it was beautiful. It was in Malibu. And so I had the ring show up. Get this. Can I give a little story?
Yeah.
This was a nightmare.
I would love it.
It was a nightmare.
Okay.
So I bought the ring without her knowing. It's beautiful. I got it sent to Nashville to pick up, sent to my brother's house to pick up. I was in Charlotte doing studio. I had to meet JoJo in LA the very next day. So this is a Thursday night. I'm in studio until real life time, 9 o'clock. I tell JoJo I'm in studio until midnight because I'm going to catch a flight from Charlotte to Nashville that night to pick up the ring and then hop on a flight to LA to meet up with JoJo. All the while she thinks Friday morning I'm waking up in Charlotte and meeting her in LA. My flight got delayed 4 hours.
I was going to say, if it got delayed.
So, meanwhile, I'm holding this white lie where I'm like, hey, I'm still in studio. It's 2 a.m. And she's like, wait, why are you in so late? And I'm like, if I get through this, if I even take off from Charlotte and she doesn't think I'm cheating on her.
Right.
Then maybe I'll get to, maybe I'll pull this off.
I'm feeling for you. I'm rashing even more.
It was a nightmare. I ended up landing in Nashville at 3 a.m., drove to my buddy's house, my brother's house, pick up the ring, got the ring, drove back to the airport for a 5:30 a.m. flight, landed in L.A., told her I was landing a couple hours later so I could go to the venue to check it out because I'd never been there. They weren't there. No one showed up. No. The lady that was supposed to help me out that knew what was going on suddenly wasn't texting me. So I'm like, this is it's a crapshoot. Yeah, I'm screwed.
Was there one point where you said, are these signs?
I should have. I mean, obviously, I should have been like, oh, weird. Maybe I shouldn't do it right now. Yeah, maybe I shouldn't. But somehow I pulled it off. It was imperfect by far, but it was great. It was just us. We got some shaky little iPhone video, and that is it. Oh,
so she never knew.
Never knew. I think we talked at some point and she'd dropped little hints like, would you ever repropose? I'm like, I don't know. No, maybe.
Did you have to give back the original ring?
No.
Yes!
All you got to do is be together 2 years. So we got that thing, college tuition someday down the road, you know? No. Yeah, we're keeping that one. We'll see what we do with it. But it still means a lot to us. But we upgraded a little bit.
I think you might be the only one that's ever done that. Got a new ring and done it yourself.
I think so.
And it's so much more cooler and manly of you.
Thank you.
Yes.
I appreciate that. Puff the chest out a little bit. Yeah, I tell you what.
Peacock feathers.
Yeah, I'm in debt now. No, I'm just kidding. It definitely hurt paying the check for it or writing the check for that. But
that's gotta be hard
worth
for guys to go okay, I want to get a ring, but I want her to be proud when she shows it off. But God, it's $10,000.
And it's you're not in many situations where you actually have a comparison, right? So the upgrade gets directly compared to what she had.
Right.
No one's ever in that situation, right? Usually the girl obviously doesn't have a ring when you're in so
you're right.
You have a bar and you definitely have to exceed it, but then you're like, how far do I exceed it? You know, I mean, I can't. It was a whole thing.
So did you bring her? You couldn't bring the other ring in with either.
No. Well, oh, yes. Okay, so that was another thing in my fog of I don't know what the hell is going on. I don't even think I can pull this off. I forgot to have her. I was going to somehow get the ring off her. I didn't. So I'm down on one knee. She already has a ring on. I'm holding another ring. And so I got to slip it off her finger, then put the other one on. It was a mess, but it was great.
And did you post this video? Because I want to see it online.
I did, yes. It's like I said, by the way, the lady that was supposed to show us the property that went AWOL, didn't return any text messages, sent me a text right as we showed up. Actually, we were sitting at the gate for about 10 minutes wondering, is anybody going to answer? She goes, I can't make it, but so-and-so is going to be there. I'm like, well, hopefully she knows I'm going to propose because that's the whole reason we're here. I'd kind of said, hey, could you take a photo in the background? So I had it all set up and then she doesn't show up. I'm like, this is a nightmare.
Oh.
But yes, we have a video.
Oh my God, I'm so happy for you guys.
Thank you.
I mean, do you guys still get recognized everywhere we go?
We do. Yeah. I mean, obviously, I do stuff in sports as well,
Right.
but 90% of people know me from that.
By the way, you're doing a great job.
Thank you.
My husband watches and he's like, he's doing really good.
I appreciate that.
Good. He's got it. He's got it. Gotta be proud.
It's a lot of fun.
So the wedding, when is the wedding?
So we haven't announced the date yet. We have it picked, though. We have the venue picked. We have the date picked. It's going to be next summer.
Nice. So you get some time. You get a breathing room.
Yes, which sounds nice right now because
Right.
like, hey, we got time. We have nothing planned.
TikTok.
I don't have my guest list. She thinks we're only going to have like 150 people there. I'm like, not a chance. It's going to be a lot bigger than that. So we got to
Right.
get all that stuff figured out.
I mean, coming from a family who has, like, my husband has his brother and stuff like that, and there's always drama attached to weddings. Like, they were the press was so insane that Mark didn't come to our wedding. Are you worried about like having any type of like, salacious news about?
There's always going to be stuff, right? I mean, like our biggest question is how many people from The Bachelor and Bachelorette are going to be there? Well, if we're friends with them in real life, they'll be there.
Right.
So no, I mean, there's always going to be press, but we're keeping it really small, as much as we can to family. So we'll see.